Hi. Okay, so we have pretty clear energy. It doesn't necessarily look clear, except there's a that's pretty clear. For the next three days, 3+ days, January 6th to 9th, which puts us in Pada 1 of Uttara Ashada Nakshatra in Sagittarius. That's where the sun is right now. If you go to Stellarium or Sky Safari, as per usual, you've probably heard me say this before. That's where the sun actually is, along with, well, I guess Mercury and Mars are catching up. Venus is coming in, and there's going to be a Sagittarius moon after the 9th. Well, it's hitting Sagittarius as of the 9th, and that might have something to do with what's coming, but maybe not. The moon is in the split, but some ways into it, so it might be coming up, but it's right now. But equally, the sun, actually even more so the sun, and so we're gonna look at those metaphorically. What's really interesting, apart from now, the cards came out, Strength reversed, and at first I was wondering if Pamela was telling me that she wasn't, in good enough shape to talk today. So I allowed for that. I was like, okay, we'll keep going. But then these two came out together. And then this came out by itself, followed by the Knight of Wands. And they just were flipping out. They were really clear. This came out, this came out. So I went with it. I thought, no, okay, it's something more than that. Maybe she is under the weather, but it's something more than that, because she was able to communicate with me. Why do I see Pamela in that card? That's a long story, but it's tied to Aslan and C.S. Lewis, and the fact that he got all his ideas for Narnia based on Pamela's illustrations for the tarot deck, because C.S. Lewis was extremely close friends with Charles Williams, who was a member with Edward Arthur Waite, who commissioned the deck, of course, and created it. That's why. I also see her in the Black Moon. What am I saying? The Black Moon, the High Priestess card. That's my card for the Black Moon, and that's right there. Look at this lineup right underneath. Like, this is a really powerful lineup here. Of course, we do have communication down, or further to the last read, maybe a lot of paperwork, maybe a lot of legal stuff. It's Sagittarius for me, so, well, it's Sagittarius period. So there's a lot of writing in Sagittarius. Paperwork catches up with us there. There's a lot of legal energy in Sagittarius. So if it's taxes, if it's accounting, if it's bookkeeping, any of that. I mean, technically we've got record keeping and stuff like that back in Vishaka, and I want to say Svati, possibly, but which are in like Virgo, right? But when it comes to producing the goods, now's the time coming up for it anyway. But what's so interesting, I mean, clearly we have some people, some fire energy totally stuck here. Stuck and stopped. Could be a spirit guide. Yeah, because we've got the portal here. So we got a king that's stuck. Probably, well, it's hard to say whether this side or that side of the veil. Normally I'll take reversals as spirit guides, but it could be just a lot of stopped action, because all the fire is being affected. And that's the trouble that you're here to, the good trouble, hopefully, that you're here to commit to and get done while you're in this life. Okay, back to what's so fascinating is we have the vertex reversed at the top of the split with the anti-vertex at the bottom of it. And there we find the Queen of Wands. Now, it took me 11 cards to count into the Queen of Wands. So I went with 11. At first I was thinking 8 or 9, and that was possible. But it seemed to me that there was a lot of internal energy going on here. And then when I did get to the Queen over here, I thought, okay, well, that's the counterpart to, it's what's here. I've got the Page of Wands. I want to say right there. Now, I do have the King of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles playing a part in this. They're both in this split of the deck. So that means something now, because it's so heavily echoed with the 10th house, the Capricorn card here, and the Fortune card. But what we have is a 9 of Cups reversed at the bottom. But I should explain the vertex and the anti-vertex. That is probably the strongest axis in your chart. You've got several of them though. But it's these faded, or as near faded as possible, events in your chart. The vertex is what other people do, and the anti-vertex is what you do. And it's a chicken and egg situation, as I've explained before. You can get huge guilt complexes out of this stuff before you figure out that it's a vertex, anti-vertex thing. And they will attach to specific calendar dates that repeat for significant events. Like it's fixed positions, in calendar dates in your chart, as well as, birth chart placement fixtures, yes. But since they're both here and they're both in reverse, there's something that you just have to make up your mind about. With the 11, that's a master Mercury number. Mercury cycle. Mercury cycles are 3.66 years. So age 3.66, age basically 7.4, age 11, and then upwards from there. So age 22 is another master Mercury, age 33, etc. Right? We've got so many houses involved here. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's not so many. I mean, that's only 4. What else am I missing, though? Is there another one? I'm wondering. I'm not showing all the cards that are in the split. Oh, first house. Yep. We've got at least 5 houses involved here. But we have the High Priestess and Venus right there with this, this 2, it's in reverse. And, of course, emphasis over here on the 2 of Pentacles, making up your mind. With understanding and total perspective and illumination behind it with the sun. So I do feel, and then this Queen of Wands it's an oracle energy, totally Sagittarius energy here. But I feel like it's about space-time. It's about taking time to make up your own mind about a situation. We've got the 9 of, when I count down 11 from the top, we get the 9 of Swords in reverse. And we've got that sun right behind that too. So I feel like it's about making up your mind, or they're making up their mind. We have the 5 of Cups, 11 down from the top here. And we have a 9 of Wands in reverse, both in reverse, when we count 11 up. This is all to do with, if it's 10th house, it's all to do with legacy. I mean, we've got gameplay down with 5th house. But legacy, the story you're here to tell, the bigger picture, the manifestations, of course, pulling it all together. But we do have fortune, and now the question is, who's this Page of Wands in reverse? Is there a child involved? But if we want the 5 Cups are reversed, and the 9 of Wands are reversed, and the 9 of Swords are reversed. So that's a lot of just solving and getting past a thing, basically, right? 9 of Cups reversed. And saying, okay, what am I doing about this? Let's draw a line underneath it. Basically, that's what I see. It seems pretty clear. And I pulled out these few cards because they seem to illustrate the point quite well. We do have Mercury there represented. What's next to it here? Oh, we've got the Ace of Wands, so that's there with the instability of the 4 Pentacles reversed. Yep. Making up your own mind, because if it were up to fate, well, I mean, it is, everything's tied to that, isn't it? But they're saying you're basically shit out of luck. The portal's down, right? in essence, and then daughter of the reconcilers. So there's no point waiting on spiritual help for this. It's not coming because it's already established. We do have a 3 of Wands of waiting on spiritual help there, and an 8 of Cups, but we have a 6 of Cups reversed. They're like, yeah, no, there's nothing they can do without, it would just interfere, and it would prolong or delay or screw up or whatever, right? It also wouldn't be comforting because you want to know that you did make up your own mind about this, basically, right? Like, because there's no way for your mind to be settled except to just examine everything and go through it. Now, if this is all bookkeeping and records and all that stuff, but you know, then yeah, there is nothing to do but settle in. It could be that, but I have a feeling that this is something to do, obviously, that involves at least 2 of you, and you need to be okay with the decision and move forward from it. Like, this is that kind of thinking. Like, get to the point where you are okay with it, and that's the energy for, again, and this Pada 3 is being chosen for a mission. So this is probably everything to do with being clear. Your missions are set in your chart. There's like, once we get your ascendant correct, then it sets your circuits in place. I can show you what I mean by circuits and patterns. I've got them over on X, but I'll try and do a video about those soon. It should be illustrated actually in my quick video that it's about chart work explanation, and it should be in the links, but I'll double check that. Yes, you have definite circuit patterns dependent on your ascendant. There are about 56 or so. They mirror each other as they go around the zodiac, the circle. Pair off kind of thing. I'll explain that too. But no, you have a definite mission. It's in your chart. It can be easily found if you want, and I will help you with that for free, no problem. Just leave me a comment or email me at pinkspidertarot@gmail.com, and I'll be back in 3 days.